This video is going to focus on dealing with color in Photoshop. So you're going to be mainly using the color picker located down here. So there's the basic default, there's the switch between each color, and these colors correspond with the foreground color and the background color. So if I change the foreground color and I change the background color, just to make it so it stands out for this example, if I use the brush tool or the pencil tool, you can see that's going to go produce red, and if I use the eraser tool, it's actually going to produce blue, not erase. If you're erasing, that's purely if you're just on the default or background layer. Once you start creating layers, so if I go over here and I use the eraser, it should actually start erasing that section out. So that's a trick that can be used. If you are using the eyedropper tool, so I can sample a color within any image, and that's going to change that foreground color. Likewise, if I go back to this image, get rid of those two changes, and I can sample anywhere in the document for those colors, and you can see that's changing the foreground color. To change the background color with that, if I hold Alt, you can see now it's changing down here the background color, so that's also can be very useful. You're mainly going to be using the paint bucket and brush and gradient tool and brushes tool, but I'll make videos based upon those. The other area you're going to be using colors is what we call swatches, and that's located over here, and that's referring to like Pantone swatches. And so you can change the swatch options through here. Pantone solid coat, that gives a great different selection of various colors, being your Cmyks and your whole grid of colors. Pantone, sort of a common term used, but sometimes not referenced very well. And so what that is commercial printers, they will give you one of these and say, if you're printing out a whole lot of different designs, you want to make sure you're going to get the correct colors through it. So they'll use a Pantone selection swatch, and so there's solid coded and there's uncoded stock, and so you select, okay, I want that selection of red. It will have a code located down here, and then you can set up your document correctly, knowing what color is going to be produced in the 1,000 business cards or whatever you might be commercially printing out. The other thing that really want to look at is dealing with colors, and especially Cmyk. If you go really high and select these really saturated colors, you often will get this little selection here, and it's a warning which is not possible to print that color on a regular Cmyk printer. So if you select that, it will then select the nearest color that the printer will be able to go through and select. I think that's a basic overview of colors. Last thing I wanted to just add was Adobe Color, which is a really cool website. I often use the Explore. You can add different themes if you've signed in, so you can explore really cool creative color patterns that people have uploaded, and you can simply copy these across, and if I go into Photoshop, change my color selection, I can change that code down there, and I've got that lovely yellow that I can then go through and create. That's color. Thank you.